Looking to see if I'm live. And I am. Yay! Well, so it's almost 10 o'clock, and Stampin Thursday starts at 10 o'clock. I'm turning off all my sounds here. All right. Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. This is Stampin Thursday, and Christmas is over, and we're waiting for the new year for 2023 to start. It's going to be here soon, and I'm so glad to be here with you. I've missed being on. A funny thing happened, though. I put my phone in the arm, the holder, and then went and got myself some water and just stuff before 10 o'clock. Well, I guess when I put my phone in the holder, it's hard to get it in. I guess I accidentally hit the live button, because I came back in here, I sat down, I looked at my computer to make sure that I was going to be able to see what you're seeing, and there was a video going. My first thought was, oh, did I wear that same blouse on my last video? And then it dawned on me that I was live. So of course I immediately canceled it and deleted the post, but that's never happened before. But you know, it seems like every time I do one of these, something different happens. Anyway, I am so glad to be here with you today, and I just want to tell you about a couple of things coming up. January's got lots of fun things going on, and I wanted you to know about them. January 3rd at 7 p.m. is our first Dying to Know for 2023. Now, it is going to be using the bundle Seaside Bay. I love this bundle. We don't go to the beach, you know, we tend to go to the mountains if we go anywhere. Hold on. But this bundle it has everything. So I'm going to be undoing that and showing you all the pieces and have samples of cards using the Seaside Bay. That's Dying to Know, Monday night, January 3rd, and that's at 7 o'clock right here. And then January 5th, which is Thursday, it's also the day you can start ordering from the new catalog, from the new mini catalog, and celebration starts January 5th. You don't want to miss out on that. And that's when I introduce my January Stamp Club, and that will be using the Dainty Delight bundle. So that's one of the new ones, and I can't wait. And Seaside Bay is one of the new ones too. I'm really previewing it before the sales open up on Thursday. But hey, so the January Stamp Club, monthly Stamp Club, is going to feature Dainty Delight. So you want to be sure and tune in on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock to find out more about that. And for those who are local, the first and the third Monday mornings of every month, I'm having coffee and a card. So if you want to make a simple card, maybe you've never made cards before, and you want to give it a try, or maybe you've dabbled in it, but you just don't get it. Come by my house for coffee and a card, and you'll make one card, and it'll be an easy one, but it'll be a beautiful one, and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with me. So that's the first and third Mondays of every month. And then January 14th, we are going to do a Stamp-A-Stack here in my house, and there will be a to-go option using some of the new products and some of the celebration products. So watch for more details on that. All right. That was everything that I wanted to say to you. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. You can message me. You can email me at susiezoo@verizon.net. All of my information is on my webpage, my business page. I have a blog, Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings, stampindeedespot.blogspot.com, and the link to that is on here as well. So I would love to help you out and answer any questions you may have. Let's get started. Today's demonstration, today's Stampin' Thursday, is going to do a throwback to a set that's been around a little while now, but I feel certain it's going to go away when this annual catalog expires. So I wanted to bring it back because it's one of my favorites. I pull it out all the time. And just go back and refresh our minds on this fabulous set. So we're going to do color and contour. So let's go. Now I'm going to turn it around, so be patient. All right. Well, I do definitely have a shadow. Yeah, there. I got rid of the shadow. All right, here we go. So, color and contour. This is color and contour. Let me straighten this up just a little bit. Color and contour. The stamp set has flowers, and this is two-step stamping. So it's got flowers, the outline, and then the shading, the stem and the shading, the bud and the shading, a leaf. It's got spots. Who doesn't love to add spots to their card? And then the sentiments, I really love this one. Here for you now. And then on the inside, and in better days ahead. Isn't that fabulous? Then I'm so very happy for you. Thank you for everything. You're absolutely amazing. So, a great stamp set. But the crowning glory of this set are the dies. These dies are, they're wonderful. Each die cuts out a scalloped image. And we're going to see some of those in a minute. As well as you have dies to cut out your flower, your stem, and then this scalloped edge, which we're also going to use. All right. So this is the color and contour set. You can find it in your annual catalog on page 97. Now that's the stamp set. This is your stamp set. It's $21 for the stamp set. And then the dies are sold separately, and they're right here. They're right here on page 174, and they're $35. Whoops, there we go, right here. So I would say get them while you can, because when this catalog expires, and they may be gone before then. So here we go. Here's the first sample. Let me move this away right now. Here's the first sample, and I used that scallop. So I used the scallop die to create this edge. I adhered my pattern paper, and this is Gingham Country. This is from one of our new sets. I adhered that to the mint macaron and then ran it through and cut it, and left enough room for a sentiment at the bottom. And then I stamped and die cut 3 flowers to put on the front. I did some shade stamping and some splatter stamping, and thank you for everything. So just a simple card, but isn't it beautiful? And these are some of the adhesive backed sequins that I used in the centers. All right, got that one. This one. Now this one really showcases the dies. And, whoops, there we go. So what I did with this one, first I cut my basic white. I cut this piece out. And then I used Tahitian Tide and another piece of white. Well, I knew that I was going to cover up the majority of this. So I came along with the third die and centered it and cut the middle out of this. You're never going to know it because you're going to cover it up with 2 more pieces of cardstock. So I cut the center out of that and used it on a different card later. So you can see lots of ways to use this and to use these dies. All right, so very happy for you. And on this one, I just stamped these 3 flowers. So you've got your outline and you've got your shading. Now, I'm going to show you a trick with these in just a minute. All right, so that's that one. And I did this one in Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, and Parakeet Party. Our in colors. And this is Tahitian Tide. Okay. And then this is the one that I used the center from the other one on. Stamped the floral stem and used the shading and used 2 different die. The one that I cut out of the middle, and then I used a coordinating die. Then for the inside, this is the one that is Here For You Now and In Better Days Ahead. Who wouldn't love to get that? Someone who's going through a tough time. Who wouldn't love that? All right. And then the third card, I did these. I saw these on a Facebook post and just knew that I wanted to give it a try. And so on this one, I used Sweet Sorbet and Granny Apple Green. So the base is Granny Apple Green. And then the flowers, the Granny Apple Green is also the splatters and the leaves. And then the flowers are the Sweet Sorbet. And I did stamp off once so that it wasn't quite so bright. And then this one uses Pale Papaya and Soft Succulent. Isn't that pretty? Thank you for everything. So we're going to make one of these, only I'm going to use a different set of colors, and we'll see which one we like best once we do the third one. All right, so on that third one, we're going to use Mossy Meadow, and Coral Calypso. So here's our blends. We're going to use Coral Calypso and Mossy Meadow. Calypso Coral. I knew I was saying that wrong. Calypso Coral and Mossy Meadow. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stamp our flower and cut it out. We'll get our elements ready for this. So now for the trick. The trick to these flowers is lining up the shading with the outline. So what you want to do is you want to look for the double, let me see if I can point it out, for the double leaf. You want to look for that. And I put my mark with my Sharpie right over the single petal right next to the double ones. So then on this one, you want to look for the double petal right there. I said leaf, it's a petal, double petal. And I put my mark by the single one right next to it. So when I go to stamp these, they'll be lined up. They'll be lined up and ready to go. The same thing with the die. And the die is a little bit harder. So what I did was I just moved it around until it fit. And then in the same spot that I did on the stamp, I put a mark with fingernail polish on my die so that I can line it up and not have to fiddle with it. So that's some tips for you. All right, I'm going to do the shaded part first, and we're going to do that in Calypso Coral. So get our ink out, ink this up, and I'm going to put my mark straight up and stamp it. There we go. And I'm using the foam pad, the Stampin' Up! Foam pad, because these are the clear dies. And when you're using the photopolymer dies, they're wonderful for lining things up, but you get a better image when you use a pad under it. All right, and then for my for my outline, I'm going to use black. It just created a really stunning effect. So for my outline, I'm going to use black, and I'm going to move it down a little bit. Hopefully I can do this without getting my head and it doesn't have to be perfect, but that turned out pretty good. That one did. All right, so we'll go ahead and cover this black memento up right now and cover up the Calypso Coral, because now we're going to die cut our flower. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up, and you see how it lines up just perfectly? Now you do have to wiggle it around a little bit. There it is. Perfectly lined up. So I'm going to get me a piece of washi tape and secure that down so it doesn't move. I think I'm going to get me another little piece. Secure it down again. And I'm just going to take this over here real quick and die cut it. And it'll only take a second to cut that out. All right. Okay. So take my washi tape off. Set this aside. Here's my image. Yeah, it turned out good. All right, save these for later. All right, we also need to get our sentiment piece. We want to get that, and I could have used this, one of the dies, but I wanted the thank you for everything, and it didn't quite fit. So that's the only reason I didn't use that. That would be perfect for the front of this. So this is the Label Me Lovely die, and I'm just going to turn it over so that I can see what I'm doing and punch it out, because this is the centerpiece for everything we do. We need to have this ready to so we know where to put the flowers and the leaves. So we need to have that ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. Thank you for everything. Here we go. Nope, that's the spots. There it is. Thank you for everything, and I'm going to use the black memento again. Well, if you've watched my videos very much, you know that I make a mess. I get ink on my hands every time I turn around. So I've got my wipes right here, ready to get the ink off my hand. How do I do that? I'm a messy, messy stamper. All right. Let's see if I can keep from getting the ink on my hand. All right. Put it over there. Do it sideways. Get it straight. Thank you for everything. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean this and set it aside. All right. So we're going to set that aside as well. And now we need to get some of our leaves ready to go. And for that, I'm using the bow punch. And I'm just going to cut out 2 rounds. Two sets of these. Again, turn it upside down. I like to get it as close to the edge as I can. I like to conserve my paper. Yep, there. So I'm going to do one more. There we go. All right. Now we have everything we need to get started with our stamping. Make sure 4 by 5. I want to make sure I got the right piece here. I do. All right, grab me another sip. Sip of water. My mouth gets really, really dry. All right, now using this as my guide, I want to put, and I'm going to go with the shading first. So I'm going to go with the Calypso Coral. Okay. And I want to put one sort of here at the top. And I use my marker to put it up. And I want another one right over here behind it. So we'll go right there. Another one down here behind it. And then I want this one to show. So I'm going to put it right here. All right, we've got our flowers. You know, we're told to do things in sets of, odd numbered sets. Artistically, it's more pleasing. And we will have that when we finish, because we've got this one that's going to go right here. So, all right, and now for our greenery. And I'm going to get our Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to stamp some leaves around this. Stamp off. Put one sort of up here. It'll be peeking out from behind and put one down here. And put one over here. All right. We're now going to take our outline, our flower outline, and we're going to do that in the black memento. I'm being really careful. So I've got my mark at the top. And I know I want to get it over the double one. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. See how easy it is when they're marked correctly. And there's that one. All right, now we have our flowers done. I'm going to come back with the dark Calypso Coral and do the centers. Just some dots. Dots. And dots. Some more dots. You could do it in black. I thought the Calypso Coral looked really nice. And I better cover up my, you see there? I tell you what, I'm fumble bumble. All right, and I also want to do this one. Get the center. All right. Let me look on here. Hi, Kay. I see you're watching. Thank you for being here, and thank you for saying something. All right. Now, we're going to spread these around a little bit, and I'm going to trim them. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, well, the next thing we need to do, I'm trying to get this in order. We need to stamp our splatters, and we're going to do that in the Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to start with a couple of splatters on my sentiment piece. I'm fixing to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh my. All right. And I'm going to put some on my sentiment piece right there. I think that's all I need there. And I want some up in this corner. And I want some right down here. And down in this corner. And maybe right up here. There. All right. Let me clean my stamp. Clean my leaf. Now, before I put the flowers on, I want to color in my leaves. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my ink away. I'm going to do that with my blend, with my light Mossy Meadow blend. And so I'm just going to color these in real quickly. I'm not doing anything fancy with these at all. I just want to get them colored in. And I'm going to sort of outline that. I want them to stand out. Okay. Not doing any shading. I may come put a little bit of stem in there. But I'm really not taking my time with this at all, because your focus is going to be your flowers. One more. You know, we were at Walmart last night, and I like to have something snacky at my table when I'm working in here, and I'm not a good girl. I like to snack on the Haribo bears, little jelly bears, gummy bears. I love those. And I bought a big bag of Haribo bears last night. And I just thought, I wonder if anybody else snacks at their table while they work. All right, so I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And I'm only going to put a couple in the center because we're going to be tucking the greenery around it. So I want to leave an open space to put the greenery. So we're going to put that right there. Yeah. And then this one, we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to put a dimensional in the center of the flower. And put it right there. Now we're going to tuck these leaves in, and we will be done with the card front. So if I can get my glue to work. All right, but I'm going to trim this because I don't need a whole lot of leaf. So I'm going to trim it and tuck it in right here. Right there. Yay, my glue's working. And I didn't put much. Just a little bit at the bottom. And then I'm going to tuck it in right behind the flower. Right there. And the other big one I'm going to tuck right down here. But I'm going to cut it as well. A little bit of glue. Just a little. And I'm going to tuck it in right there. And then I have the two little ones. I think that's good. I don't need to cut it. Here we go. We'll tuck it in right there. And one more. We'll put it right down here. And I don't need to cut it either. There we go. My glue's cooperating today. Yay. There we go. Right there. All right. We have created our background. We have done everything we need to do. So now we've got an 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 piece of Mossy Meadow. And I'm looking, there it is, my bone folder. I want to give it a good crease. And we're ready to put our card front on. This is a simple card to make. And at the end of my tape, and my Stampin' Seal. All right, and now we're going to center this right here. And there we have it. Now, if you wanted to add some sequins or jewels, you could certainly do that. You could add a bow, but I thought this just created the prettiest card. All right, we're going to put these here together. Which one do you like best? The sweet sorbet and granny apple green, the pale papaya and the soft succulent, or the mossy meadow and the calypso coral? Which one do you like best? Okay, which one do you like best? Did I move it over enough? There we go. I don't know. There's so many colors that you could use for this. I also love blues and greens. And I think blue makes a beautiful flower. So I didn't do that. I don't know. You know, this one was really hard to line up the outline over the shading because it's so light. So this one was harder. But you know, I really like that. It's so soft. Now I'm more of a subtle, soft color person. So anyway, I'd love to know which one you prefer, which one you like best. And you can put that in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate that so much. Thank you for doing that. And I will be putting it on YouTube, so you may be able to watch it on YouTube. And if you do, I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up or a happy face, make a comment. That helps my YouTube to be more available. So now let me put the other cards out here. All right, these are our color and contour cards. Let's see. I'm trying to get this one up here where you can see it. It's a little bit better. Our color and contour cards. And I hope I've inspired you to get your set out and use it again if you've got it already. And if you don't have it, man, this is one that is just classic. You'll use it over and over and over again. So I hope you'll consider buying it while it's still available if you don't already have it. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for being here with me. You can tell I'm getting hoarse. My allergies have just driven me nuts. But we will get through this, right? All right. Thank you again for being here. Kay, good to see you. And Dying to Know is Monday evening at 7 o'clock. So be sure and tune in for that. Thank you, and God bless you.